Mums and dads, well, welcome to the homework challenges for week 7 of the MoneyWise Teen course. Today is day 5, and yes, it's curly question day. So these are really important to get the discussions flowing in your house, and a really big step towards making money discussions a fun and natural part of everyday life. So I can't encourage you enough to get stuck into these. So let's have a look at the curly questions for this week. First one is, Mum and Dad, have you ever had a car accident? Please share this with your kids, whether you have or you hadn't, even if it's just running into a pylon at the local car park. Share with your kids the fact that I've had an accident. This is what happened. Then what I'd like you to do is talk to them about, well, did you actually have to make a claim? So they're going to be saying, Mum and Dad, did you have to claim for it? And what was the process that you went through? So in broad terms, just discuss what you had to do to claim, and just talk to them about, okay, well, we had to claim because the car was damaged and we needed to, or someone else's car was damaged and we needed to get it fixed, or perhaps someone was injured. Just talk them through why you claimed and what was actually covered and paid for. Was the car written off because it wasn't worth a whole lot and therefore they paid you out a certain amount of money? Just talk them through that process. Then what I'd like you to do is we're going to have a look at travel insurance. Now, this is a really interesting one. Have you ever had to claim travel insurance, or do you know anyone else that has had to claim travel insurance? I personally have never had to claim travel insurance, but I do know lots of people that have. Stories from completely losing their luggage to falling off a moped to accommodation being cancelled at the last minute, or not being able to travel in the first place because some medical event came up. So please talk your kids through this, because the more stories you can share with them, the more understanding they're going to get of all the sorts of things that travel insurance can cover them for. But also they'll start to realize that, hey, I really do need travel insurance, because it's pretty scary the number of people that do travel overseas, participate in fairly risky activities, and don't have any sort of travel insurance in place. So make sure you're talking to them about these sorts of things. Then what I'd like you to do is ask them where you get travel insurance from. So if you've traveled in the last few years, where did you get it from? Did you just have travel insurance on your credit card? Did you get travel insurance through the travel agent you're working with, or did you look for it online? Then what I'd like you to do is be honest here. They're going to ask you, Mum and Dad, have you ever traveled overseas without travel insurance? Apparently, an awful lot of people do. If that's you, share with them whether you have or you haven't and why that was the case. Finally, Mum and Dad, what advice would you give me in relation to car, travel, and contents insurance? Now, of course, there are lots of other insurances out there, but the reality is the first one our kids are probably going to come across is either car or travel insurance. And then if they move out of home, they're going to be looking at contents insurance. So let's just focus on the ones that are going to be most relevant to them in the short term. Talk to them about it and what your advice specifically to them would be. Okay, that's the curly questions. If you have any questions, Mum or Dad, please post them in the MoneyWise Team Facebook group. My team and I are in there every day answering questions. We want you to have your questions answered. You can also send me emails to support@moneyschoolsforlife.org. Really important here, mums and dads, that if you've got a personal question, certainly send it through. But if it's something that everyone can benefit from, please, please, please post it on the MoneyWise Team Facebook group. And just to reinforce, there are no silly questions. My team and I are absolutely committed to you helping you raise money-wise teens. So we want to remove any obstacles that are getting in your way of doing that. And this is the best way to do it, by you asking questions and us answering them for you. So there we go, guys. The homework for week 7.